it makes the people that you're going to think that your leader is senile. I was just in his presence. He told me leave, but now you're saying he changed his mind and he told me come back and give you something. That kills whatever reputable name I had to him because of my lying representative. Now, Elisha could not control the representative, Gehazi, but he could reprimand him. This is where it gets heavy right here. Yeah, he couldn't stop him from being a liar, but he could prevent him from continuing to lie. Pastor, what you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, even with God, this is why we ought to be thankful that we got God and not man over us, because man literally will shut you down. I know I'm one that'll shut you down. I love you, but I ain't gonna let you continue to be a liar and represent me. I'm just not gonna do it. Well, how you gonna stop me? Because when I say what I gotta say, I'm gonna say, everybody know Stooks is a liar. So if he come back to you, don't listen to him. I'm gonna just put it out there. So that way it's no question. When Stooks come back and he say, well, Pastor said, give me 10 grand, he meant to get it earlier, you know he's lying to you. Okay, so Gehazi, he goes to him, Black, says, my master sent me.
Teacher.
Then what he did is he grabbed 2 idiots with him. He got 2 idiots to come with him and said, look, man, we're here to run this scale. He tells the young men, these 2 prophets, man of God, they need some money and some clothes. So he Naaman put the stuff on the 2 men that he used. The Bible said that after they got out of the presence of Naaman, Gehazi took the stuff from the 2 boys, sent them on about their business, and kept everything for himself. So not only was he a liar, he was a thief. He was a deceiver. That's what you're trying to tell me. Whenever I'm comfortable being the wrong kind of representative, it's easier to go deeper as being a misrepresentative.
Right.
Good teacher.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm comfortable lying, it becomes easier to steal. That's old school. Yeah. You lie, you steal. Absolutely. Steal your key. You do it all.
That's real. Yes, sir.
You do it all. You have no boundary. You out there as a representative. Still singing the songs of Zion. Still giving next level. Still giving God praise. A janky representative. And now we wonder why people don't want to join the church.
Uh-oh.
Look in the mirror. What's your representation like? You on that Jesus kick, but I still see you at the bar. You on that Jesus kick, but I still see you hanging around the outskirts of the club. Yeah, you deliver.
Yeah, there you're outside. Yeah. You parked. Yeah.
But you still setting up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Get your car clean.
Post it up. Yes,
Post it up on the parking lot. So people can see your real when you come out.
Yeah.
You ain't even trying to go in no more. You just want to catch the overflow. God, I ain't clubbing no more. Yeah, but you're still getting dressed to go.
Right. Dressed to go.
My God.
You're getting dressed, getting your car clean. 11:15. Let me get out there.
My God.
Catch him coming in. Got to go to church in the morning, so I can't wait for him to come out. But I'm gonna catch him going in though.
Catch him going in.
Little horn at her, hey girl. With your saved married self.
Raw.
So Naaman gives Gehazi what he asked for. The Bible says again that after all that happened, verse 24, and when he came to the tower, he took them. Gehazi took them from the young men that he had, and bestowed them in the house, and let the men go, and they departed. So they were just used as part of the scheme. They ain't get nothing out of the deal. 25. But he went in This is Gehazi, Mr. Black.
Yes,
he
sir.
went in and stood before his representative, his master, Elisha.
Yeah.
And Elisha, the man of God, the
Man
true
of God.
prophet, said unto him, Whence cometh thou, Gehazi? Now, he already proved he's a liar. But it goes a little further. Sister Evans says, I ain't come from nowhere.
Oh, no.
I've been outside praying. I've been outside serving you, covering you in prayer, keeping you lifted before the things of God.
That's good.
And he said to him, Went not mine heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet you?
Were you with me?
Is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto your children forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow.
Forever.
Now, this one lie, this one misrepresentation caused the very nature and structure of his lineage to now bear a burden that they never would have even done anything wrong, but they had to receive it anyway.
Wow.
His children's children's children got to suffer from something because great-great-great-granddaddy was a liar. Now, the representative, Elisha, understanding the will and the wisdom of God, Brother Evans, he looks at the man and says, this is, let me translate what he said, went not my heart with you. What he said, Jenkins, is, haven't you served me long enough to believe I actually hear from God? Haven't you been with me long enough to know that I'm the real deal? And you think you're going to be able to hide this major offense from me? He said, don't you know that while I was sowing principles into you, our hearts got connected? So that when you start misrepresenting me, I felt what you did.
That's it.
Even when I didn't see what you did.
That's it.
Let me come pick Bethel Church Faith Church up for a minute. Don't you realize that you got a pastor by the grace of God that has sown enough in you for our hearts to be connected? So that when misrepresentation is happening, I'ma always find out.
That's good. That's right.
Go ahead, sir. Yes, sir.
Before that's what I said. I don't even try to go on Facebook. I'm talking about the only time I go is about they post something for the church. I'll look at it, try to read the comments, see if it's something I need to address from what somebody say. But it seems like every time I'm going to do that, somebody janking this will pop up in front of me. I ain't even going to look for it. It shows up. And you know, every time I see it, the Lord tells me, they're your people.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do? I just got to sit there and eat it. You right, God. Then I got to go back to him. Well, what can I do to help him be better? He said, you got to teach her. My reply, I thought I was. But I heard from the Lord this morning. Our apostle called me this morning, and it blessed my heart. He didn't even know he was talking to me, but he knew he was talking to me. He said he had seen some stuff a couple of weeks ago that really puzzled him. And I said, man, we must be connected. Because I feel the same way. I got stuff happening in church. It puzzled me. And he was talking, he said, you know what, son? God sent me to a scripture. Let's go there. James chapter 1. He sent me to a scripture. This is what the chief apostle said on this morning when we talk. James chapter 1. I need somebody that's not afraid, somebody that's not nervous, somebody that's not scared, just to read verse 22 for me. James chapter 1, verse 22.
But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only.
Okay, you ain't got to go no further. You got to go. I know the rest said to see me on stuff. I get that. But one more time, since all the pages have stopped roughly, read James 1:22 again, please.
But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only.
That's good. Okay, so I can teach until I'm purple in the face like Taylor's jacket. I can teach until I'm white in the face like Sister 7A's shirt. I can teach until I'm peaches something fuchsia, some mixed in the face until I look like Minister Black shirt. But he says, you have to be doers. When I heard that today, my soul leapt in the spirit. I said, God, I thank you. You just gave me what I needed to hear. I'm going to continue to teach you. I'm going to continue to preach. I'm going to continue to live right before you. But y'all got to make the choice to do what I'm saying. You got to make it. I can't make it for you. Free will. God don't make it for you. I certainly can't. But I know I got a responsibility to at least teach it.
Yes.
If you choose, I can't even say if we choose because I ain't going to teach nothing I ain't living. So I can't even include myself in this with y'all. I'm sorry. But if you choose not to do, then it ain't on me no more. So Elisha, being the man of God, Sister Lipscomb, he didn't consult God and say, how should we deal with Naaman? Because God probably would have said, well, forgive him, give him some grace, let him come up. Elisha, instead of asking God how to punish God's man, says, you're going to be a leper for the rest of your life. And you know what? God had to honor it because his representative said it. Oh boy. What you saying, Pastor? God will give, here's heavy, your leader the power and the authority to speak over and concerning your life. Yeah. So when I see misrepresentation, I've got to remember that I'm still a representative. Right. And I'm going to say over your life, in your misrepresentation, God, give them some grace. Help them, Jesus. But then sometimes I say, Lord, at least let them see so they can get a clue and change. So the man of God spoke leprosy on him. Leprosy stayed on for the rest of his life. What I got to realize is this, and I'm wrapping up because I got to give us some stuff here for this fast coming up. What I got to do, I have to realize that God is requiring that my walk remains new. I got to keep my walk new before the Lord. You know, it's a scripture in Romans 12, the first two verses. You know, he said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12, 1 and 2. So when my mind is being renewed, that means that my mind each day, Sister Evans, has to be made fresh again. It has to be reestablished or revived. There has to be a fresh supply put into my life each day. Now, this is the last one I'm going to give you, and then I'm going to shut it down. I told you that the representative is a dual responsibility. It's a responsibility that the person has, the representative has, and the responsibility that the person who sends them has. So God says he wants us to renew our minds every day, but he says he won't ask us to renew if he's not willing to renew. Thank you. So while he requests us to renew our minds, he says what he'll do is he'll renew his mercies. When you renew your thoughts, he says, I'll renew my compassion. When you renew your mentality, he says, then I renew my grace. So it is a dual voice of the representative that I'm putting in my word by renewing my mind. Pastor, how do I renew my mind? Well, the Bible says, in Isaiah 26 and 3, it says that thou will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee because he trusteth in thee. Verse 4 says, trust thou in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. So we identify that when I allow, Brother Evans, my mind to be stayed on God, Does that mean I stop living life? Does that mean I stop living in the world? No. That just means that whatever comes through my mind must first come through the filter of Christ. Say that one more time. Whatever comes to my mind must first come through the filter of Christ. What does that mean, Pastor? That means that even when I'm talking about sports, I got to make sure that my response is still indicative of Christ. Well, how do I put Christ in football? Well, at least I shouldn't be cussing when I give my example.
It's good, sir.
I've got to run every thought through the filter of Christ. So when something happens on my job that wants me to get off my rocker, I got to run the frustration, Kiana, through the filter of Christ. Well, how does that look? Well, maybe it should start by saying, well, God, I am thankful I got a job.
That's good, sir. That's good, sir.
I'm thankful that I got something to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I got something to complain about.
Pay the bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I can at least pay the bills. So I've got to renew this mind. But I can't do that if I'm not spending time with the representative. I got to spend time, Taylor. Greer number one, I got to spend time with the Father. Sister Brooks, you got to spend time with the Father. Well, Pastor, I ain't called to be a preacher, so why I got to read the Bible? Because you're saved. That's why you got to read the Bible. Amen to Jesus over there, Sister Stoops. Hallelujah to Jesus. So we got to learn how to be appropriate representative, to give appropriate representation. Think twice before we hit the share button. Help me today, Jesus. Think twice before we tell that joke. Think twice before we go that place. At that time. With that person on that day, in that moment. I got to be willing to shun what it might appear to be. When I first got married, getting out of here on this, well, I'm in this lesson on this. When I first got married, there's a young lady on my job who literally was like a sister to me. She still is to this day. And when I got married, my wife and I, she said, I really want to, I got a gift that I'm going to send for you and your wife. She was like, she saved leaving G. She said, but I want to go to lunch. Can we go to lunch? I want to show this to you. I said, well, listen, how about this? The only way I'm going to lunch with you and I, is one, my wife knows and has the option to be present. And we go to a place that is not only well lit, but it's open and we ain't in our own booth.
That's good.
So when she was like, oh no, that's cool. I said, okay, call my wife. You cool with me going to lunch with so-and-so? She wanted to sow into me. She got a gift for us. This is what made it pure. She ain't just say, I want to sow into you. Okay, we'll catch that later. She got a gift for us. She said she wanted to take me to lunch. Just congratulations for your wedding. You're invited to come. If you want to come, we'll work around the schedule. My wife said, you fine? Go ahead. So now, Mr. Lipscomb, all of the appearance has already been dealt with. So I can care less what somebody thinks. Because the one appearance that matters understands what's going on. I'm trying to help us get something today. I really want to talk to these brothers for a minute. I want us to catch this. That if your wife is not comfortable with it, you don't do it. Let's say that one more time. If she feel and sense something off about Sally Joe, something's off about Sally Joe. What you so tied into Sally Joe for that you can't tell her, no, I ain't going to lunch with you? What? Tell me what your problem is. And let me shift it to these ladies. If your husband got a problem with Billy Joe, it's a problem with Billy Joe. But we've been friends since we was 3, Pastor. Well, guess what? We married now, and I don't like him.
That's right.
That's right.
Billy Joe got it.
And until me and Billy Joe can get together and have lunch,
Right.
I don't want to have
you won't be having, and I ain't gonna have lunch that way, but until we can get together and have lunch,
Yeah.
your lunch dates are done.
Billy Joe.
Period. Let me go. I gotta use y'all because y'all right here in front of me. When this woman of God, y'all first came to the church, Minister Black had met over a real estate transaction. They started talking about things of God. Great. She comes to the church, all the good stuff. So Minister Black and I said we wanted to have lunch with the woman of God, sit down and talk to her business wife. I said, let me talk to your husband.
Yeah.
And I went to this man. I pray he remember. But I went to the man and said, Brother Evans, we supposed to be having lunch at your wife's spot tomorrow. Just want to make sure you're cool with that. Now, Brother Evans said, well, Pastor, yeah, I'm good. Because she know what she got anyway. You know what he said? She know what she got. She'll be the one losing. Right. But what we did is we made sure that the appearance was already clear.
You know what?
And then after we met with her, the next time I saw him, I said, man, we had a great meeting with your wife. We talked about X, Y, and Z. She brought us a sub from, Jersey Mike's. And it was actually good. It actually was. Sister Ari, I don't know what happened, because normally it's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tony. But it was good. That's what we talked about. He said, all right, Pastor, you good? And, you got to give me a recap. But the point is, I want you to understand, I'm covering the appearance.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never think, I want your woman. Right. You think that, you're a nut. I'm telling you tonight. I don't care who joined the church. Right. Taraji Henson can join the church. And I'm gonna tell her, I don't want you either.
That's right.
All right. Put your hands together for Jesus.
Good.
Representation. And if Idris joined, First Lady better not want him either.